Hello everyone, this is our next video of NSE for Fortinet series, and today video we are going to perform a lab for static routing, and slowly we will understand the other types of routing also, like as dynamic routing, policy route. Will slowly will cover other routing. So for this video we'll concentrate on the static routing. So let's first we understand the topology and then we can proceed with the lab of the static routing. So basically this is our Fortinet, and the port 1 is connected to the management network so that I can access this Fortinet on web browser. Port number 02 is connected to this router so that I can show you to access this network using the static route. And 30.0 is the LAN network which is having this host on 30.10, and this 40.0 it is having the 40.10. So as of now there is a no routing, so it means that the traffic from this FortiGate is not aware about this network. So if we initiate a traffic from this router, it will be dropped in Fortinet level because of the routing. So after the discussion, let me quickly show you the configurations. To save the time, I have already assigned the IP addresses. So let me quickly start with the client level. So client is having the IP configuration as well as the default route points toward the FortiGate. So let me quickly show you. So this is having the IP address 0.0, first Ethernet 0.0. IP is having 30.0, which is this 30.0, and first Ethernet 0/0. It is having also, there is a root which is also added, and let me show you the routing also. Okay, so there is no default route. I need to quickly add one default route so that will not run into any issues. IP route 0. So I'm adding a one default route so that I can route all traffic towards the Fortinet firewall. 192.168.30.1. Now this route has been added. Quickly I can ping 192.168.30.1. Let me see that I'm reachable. Yes, so I'm able to ping my gateway, which is this Fortinet port number 3 IP address. And as of now, if I try to access this 40.10, which is the behind of this Cisco router, it will not reachable because of no routing is there on the Fortinet, and this is pretty much normal. So let me quickly show you this side also. So the configuration what is happening on this side. So let me type the so commands. The 40.10, which is correct, 0.0. So IP route. We have a one default route which is points on the 40.10, which is the Cisco router port fast Ethernet 0/1 interface. So let me quickly try to ping that 40.1 to check the reachability, which we have or not. So will not run into any issues. So as of now, I'm not able to ping this router. Okay, so because of it is not configured. So let's configure this router. So we will just assign the IP address first and then nothing. After assigning the IP address, we will not configure anything. First, we will configure the static route on the FortiGate, then I will configure on the Cisco side. So 0/1 IP address. I need to add one IP address 192.168.40.1. This is done, and now I have to assign the another IP address also, which is on fast Ethernet 0/0, no shut, and the IP address will be 1.1.1.2, no shut, int. So IP. So I'm doing the verification now. Will try to access from my router to see that the 40.1 is reachable or not. I have assigned the IP address 40.1 and the port is up. See the 40.10, 40.10/1, fast Ethernet 0/1. It should unassigned 0/0. It is connected to 0/0. It is connected to 0/0. Okay, let me reboot this device. Might be any kind of lab issue. It is not pinging. Let me see this L2 device. It's working. So I'm going to fix this. Yes, this is working well. So until it is boarding, let me quickly walk through with the Fortinet. So in the Fortinet, I have already configured the IP addresses as of now, and even we need to configure many. So as per now, I have assigned this 4x1 on port number 2. So this will be the port number 2, and port number 3, it is the LAN side of this 30.10, and this is the IP address 30.1, and I have enabled the ping. I have discussed already administrative access. So now how we can add the static route. So this will be our destination 40.0. So to adding a static route, we need to go this static route section. This will be the static route, and create new. Here we have to add the subnet. So what will be the subnet? 40.0 192.168.40.0/24. What will be the gateway? 111 and 2. 111 and .2. So this will be the gateway, and it is on the port 2, and it is already detected. So administrative distance, the value of this static route. So we already know that administrative distance, which is used to prioritize the path, that which path will take a precedent in case of we have the same route. So if I go to in this icon, it is showing that administrative distance is used to determine the cost of the route. Similar distance are considered as the better route. That should be when multiple paths are exist with the same destination. The route with different distance considered as a ECMP. So this is used to determine the best path in case of we have a similar path and we have that priority. It is also used in the case of the static routing. So this advanced settings is used by FortiGate kernel to route with larger value will have lower priority. So it means that if you have a multiple static route using with the same next hop, so you need to that it is mentioned that routers with the larger value mean that's 10. If we have a 10 value and 5 value, then 5 will consider as the higher priority. So lower the value will have the high priority. The route with same priority will consider as a ECMP. So basically what they are saying, let me quickly draw you. Let's say this is the two gateways connected, right? This is our firewall FortiGate. And now this is two router. This will be two router. This will be two router. And here we have a subnets. What subnet we have? Let's say 1111 and 1111. Let's take this IP. So on the firewall, this interfaces which is having, let's say, 2.2.2.2 and 2.2.2.2. So if you notice our destination, this 1.1, it can be reachable via 2.2.2 or let me make it to some another IP address. So 3.3.3.3. So to determine the which path is the best for the this 111 destination, which path will be best, so we are using this priority. So if this is having the 5 priority, let me minimize it or erase it. If this is having the 5 priority and this is having the 10 priority, so the 5 priority will take up precedence and 10 will not take up precedence because it is having the higher value. So higher value is having the lower precedence and the lower value is the higher precedence. And another thing is, if we have a both 10 and 10, then this consider as the ECMP and 50-50 traffic will process. So this was the, it is also mentioned here. This advanced setting is used by FortiGate kernel. Routes with the larger value will have the lower priority. The routes with same priority will consider as a ECMP. Priority can be customized for statically configured routes. The priority of routes dynamically learn from routing protocols will be always 0. So the another point is here, the routes from the dynamic protocol. Let's say if it's a EIGRP, OSPF, BGP, so that in that case the those are dynamic protocols. So in that case this priority will be 0. So this priority is only applicable with the static routes. So everything, even it is highlighted. If I say that if I go to the destination, the name of address which need to be configured. So administrative distance is used to determine the cost of the route. Smaller distance are considered as a better route width should be when multiple path exist with the same destination. The route a small distance will consider as a ECMP. So this is for the use of the administrative distance. So let's click on OK. So I have not modified any default setting. Even when if it's required, then you can use these things other RLs. We just define the destination and then next gateway and click on OK. It will save it. And let's go on this router. I have to add one static route for this network, which is 30.0. So IP route 192.168.30.0, which will be reachable by this network. Now I have added 30.0, will be reachable by 1.1. Let me see by this router it's working or not. It is, I need to reconfigure it again. because of the restart did not save the configuration. So the this routing configuration is very simple. Destination, next hop, select the port and OK, and I can walk through with some FortiGate CLI commands until my this host got boot up, so that I can show you. I think it's got boot up. I think yeah, it's got boot up. Let me quickly configure it so I can try to initiate a ping on both sides so that I can show you that it will be reachable at any hour. No shutdown. I have just enabled it. 192.168.43.10 and IP address. And next thing is I need to add one default root for 40.1 and ping 192.168.40.1. It is now reachable. What about that 30.10? Okay, we need a policy also. So let me quickly create a one policy so that traffic will allow, because firewall will not allow it. So I have already covered the policy section. So allow traffic, allow rule. Incoming will be the port 2, outgoing will be the port 3, source will be, let's say, I don't want to create any objects and all, so let me take as all, so that it will reachable, and I need to enable a one policy from other side also from port 3. So allow rule, allow rules /1. Incoming will be the port 3 and outgoing will be the port 2, and everything will be the all, so that the traffic will be permitted and will get the results. Now let's try to ping it. I think I can close it. This one I can also close it. 30.10. Yeah, it is reachable now. And if I go to this 30.10 and try to the 40.10, it will be reachable as well. 192.168.40.10. It is also reachable, and if I refresh it, we'll have see that this hit counts that these policies are in use on the both directions. It's so that's the successfully traffic has been passed from both sides. And let me quickly show you some CLI also. Get router info. If I press the question mark, it will say the what you want to see. Based on the synergy, let's say I am looking for the routing table, and then I am looking for the database, so it will show the database. So this 0.0 via 192.168.0.1, and which is on the port number 190. This is default route, and it is used for my management purpose, port.1, and that's the reason I'm getting 0.0 from my Wi-Fi to access it. And other than that, 1.1 it is directly connected, and also we have that 40.0 which I have added statically to access the another sides of the router, and it is mentioned that it is connected as static. And there is also term that get router info and then kernel. So this is the kernel of the routing protocols. So it is showing the how the packets have been processed on the kernel level. And there is another command. Let's say if you have a multiple you have a multiple route like a route, so we can filter it with the any particular route. Routing table details, and here I have to type the 192.168.40.10. So I have just entered the destination. What will be my destination? It is showing the 40.0. It is learned by the 1.2. So in the larger environment, even when I will cover the dynamic routing, so it is very much required to know that which route is taking place. So even we can get to more information like get router info. If I say, then we'll get the based on the further details we can get it. What if I say the protocols, we'll get the protocols level. If I say like OSPF, we'll get that protocol details. So based on the requirement, we can filter it out. Routing, get router info, and then routing table. And if I say all, it will say all. So I think that's all for this video, and next video I will cover the dynamic routing and that ECMP and other routing protocols we'll cover on the next videos. Thanks for watching Firewall Experts. Stay connected.